so you know what that means. It is time for Margaritas with Marcus.
Let's have some fun, shall we? It's gonna be juicy. You lost your virginity to that song?
I feel like I'm on Andy Cohen right now.
Have to drink for this one. We got a special versus battle.
Christina Aguilera versus Britney Spears.
Who is a true pop princess? Hey, I'm here every Thursday night. Margaritas with Marcus, 9 p.m. Happy New Year, everybody. It is 2021, and welcome to Margaritas with Marcus. It's Thursday night, so you already know what time it is. And I'm so glad that you guys decided to come on this Thursday night and drink with me. So you know what? Let's do it. It's our first drink of the 2021, so go ahead and grab your drink. Cheers to 2021. Amazing new experiences, a lot of fun, health, and prosperity. Mm. 2021 is tasting really good right now. So you know what? We got an awesome show for you tonight, guys. We got the one and only JDX, one of the hottest up and coming wrestlers in town. He's going to share his story, how he became a wrestler, what inspires him. We got some awesome hot topics tonight. So you know what? We also got our resident bartender. You know him as Ray. He is going to make us our drink of the week. So you know what? Let's see what Ray's got cooking in his kitchen. He's going to give us our drink of the week. So if you want to make it, make sure to follow, look at our page, and we got the recipe up there. So Ray, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. Happy 2021.
How are you?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So what did you do up in Boston for New Year's? How did you spend it?
It was very good. It was very low key. I literally because everything closes so early up here. So I worked for the afternoon and then came home. We ordered pizza. We ordered Chinese food. We ordered sushi.
Pizza and Chinese? Okay,
Yeah,
y'all are living the
I
edge.
was a pig on a couch. Yeah.
Nice. Well, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, to yours, and to everybody down there in Florida. Hope everybody's staying safe.
Thank you, Ray. So, Ray, what is our first drink of 2021? What are we drinking tonight?
All right, so tonight for our first drink of 2021, and for congratulations on season 2. Congratulations on a successful
season 3, but thank you. It's
yeah,
season 3.
yeah. So much like luck for all of us for this new year, but
Amen.
So for season 2. Episode 1, I'm going to switch it up just a little bit. I'm going to stick with the margarita vibe, and I'm going to go ahead and do what some people call a Paloma. I'm just going to do a grapefruit margarita.
Okay.
Yeah. So with the grapefruit margarita, I'm just going to go ahead and throw my favorite tequila. Oops, sorry, labels out.
So just for the glare, for those who can't see it, what's that bottle? Don Julio?
Don Julio, yes, sir.
All right.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna be throwing a couple ounces of Don Julio, maybe a couple of more since this is, the
new year.
This is the new year, yes, sir.
New year, same alcoholism.
Yep. I'm gonna throw just about a quarter of an ounce of some triple sec.
So, Ray, what do you think really makes like a best margarita? Because anybody can make the ingredients, but what gives it that special little kick that makes it different from everyone else's?
It's all about balance, is what it is. Because you can either make a really strong margarita or a really weak margarita. It's all about finding that balance between the different ingredients for it.
So how is everything with COVID up there in Boston? Do you get any Karens? Like, give us a story. Give us a good one. What's going up in Boston town?
So I feel like we should do like the Karen of the week right now.
Yes. Who is the Karen of the week for us? Tell us about it. Oh my
God! So it happened today. So I opened the restaurant this morning, and but while I'm talking to you, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm adding grapefruit juice.
Okay.
To it. So I added tequila. I added some triple sec. I added lime juice, and then I'm just adding grapefruit juice. So that's how I'm making my grapefruit margarita for us tonight. But the Karens, this Karen today walked in and refused to wear her mask.
Oh, God. So she was a Trump supporter.
She was wearing a certain red hat, but I'm not going to. I'm not gonna get into all of that.
So she didn't want to wear her mask, and what happened?
And she sat down and she asked for a bottle of wine. And in order to have alcohol in Massachusetts, um, you have to order food.
Okay.
But she had lunch at another restaurant and didn't want to have food at our restaurant. And after a little back and forth with her, I politely told her to leave the restaurant because she wouldn't follow our rules. So it was disgusting because she was very rude. She was very like. So she picked up on the fact that I was gay because I was like, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. I was doing the whole finger thing. And she was just like, okay, ma'am, like back to me. And I was like, oh, no. Now you got to get the hell out of here. Yeah. So
looks like you had a horrible day at work.
Well, I made okay money, but.
Okay. So what's going on with the drink? What do we got now?
We're done.
That's it?
Well, yeah, it's a simple, easy drink. Margaritas don't take a lot of, like, if you try to overdo it, that's how you kind of like you mess it up. So you keep it simple. You add the few ingredients: the tequila, the lime juice, throw a little triple sec in there. For this one, I'm doing grapefruit juice, and then a little goes a long way. A little goes a very long way.
That's what Jessica Simpson said. Cheers.
Cheers, Marcus. Thank you for having me again. I'm so happy to be.
Thank you. And you guys, if you want to tip our virtual bartender, you know we're during a very major crisis. And trust me, that kitchen looks really nice, and I'm sure it's expensive to live there. So send that motherfucker some money. It's Ray/Garcia-07 on Venmo. So hit him up, send him some money. Everything counts. Ray, we love you, and we'll see you next week.
And if people have any requests, let me know. I'll be more than happy to put the requests in going next week and going forward. So,
yeah, everybody, just comment below what you want him to make, and we'll make sure that we put that on the docket for you guys.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Thank you, Marcus.
Hey, thank you, Ray, and I'll see you next week. Have a good week, buddy.
Yep.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Hey, you guys, as you know, I've had Ray's drinks, and he always kills it with the drinks. So make sure you follow him on his Instagram, and make sure that you send him some money because, he's got to pay some rent too. And next week, we're going to have a brand new drink from our resident bartender, Ray. So you guys, when you're growing up, you want to be something, but, as kids, we always think outside of the box. We want to be an astronaut, a boxer, a singer, a wrestler. But what happens when you actually pursue that dream? Do people follow you? Do they back you up? Or do they think you're crazy? Well, you know what? My guest tonight is a professional wrestler who followed his dream. And you know what? No matter what anybody said, he still stayed true to what he believed in. He's a champion, and he's with us tonight. His name is Justin, but you might know him as JDX, and he's coming on to Margaritas with Marcus tonight. What's up, Justin? How you doing, man?
What's going on, Marcus? I got
Hey, thanks for being on the show, Justin.
Thank you, man. I'm so glad you decided to have me on, despite like one of my catchphrases is pro wrestlers. Pro wrestlers, we have catchphrases, and one of mine is I'm Justin D. Xavier, and the D stands for, and typically I throw out different D words, and I was thinking, like, damn. What can I say here? I guess I could say disqualified because, like, I've never had a margarita in my life.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What do you mean you've never had a margarita in your life? This is called Margaritas with Marcus. You've never had a... So wait, what, do you even drink alcohol, or like what do you drink if you do drink?
No, I don't drink alcohol. I've never had an alcoholic beverage in my life. So that's why I say, like, I'm automatically disqualified. I don't think I'm worthy of actually being on the show.
Well, you know what? We don't have to use the D for disqualified. We can find something else for him throughout the interview, but it's okay. We'll figure it out.
It's
So Justin, you're I can't believe you've never actually drank. We're gonna get into that. So Justin, you were born in Chicago. What part of Chicago were you born in?
I was born in Harvey,
Okay.
Illinois. You know anything about Chicago? That's a rough neighborhood. So yeah.
So growing up, what federation did you watch? Which wrestlers were the ones that inspired you?
I watch. I guess then it was called. Was it called WWF? Yeah, kind of. Like you know how you
Yeah,
have
World Wrestling Federation.
memories and stuff. You kind of remember stuff, but then again, you kind of don't. So we'll say WWE.
Okay.
Wrestlers that inspired me were like Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, John Cena to a lesser degree.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely those guys.
So is that why you would? Because I mean, and if anyone, if you haven't checked him out yet, you've got to go on his YouTube, which is down below. You are definitely a high flyer, like, and you're a big guy, but you do not care about your body. Like, you literally throw yourself like you weigh like 10 pounds. Like, how is it when like you're on top of the ropes and like you're about to throw yourself on an announcing table? Like, do you get scared? Like, I would be shitting bricks. Like,
No,
what's going through your mind?
it's scary as fuck. I mean, but like, so they actually like, how many times did you practice that? Like, fucking none, dog. Like, you just so like, what kind of happens is like, you get into the moment, and it's like, you got to do it because like the crowd's watching, the guy you're about to jump on, they're watching, they're waiting. You know what I mean? You guys, I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. Yeah, it's staged. So like,
What?
we staged this stunt, so it's like I gotta go through with it. I'm here now. Fuck it. Like it's just like hope for the best and just do
Have you
it.
ever had a moment where like you wanted to, like the stunt is ready and like you gotta fucking do a backflip off the rope? And have you had a moment where like you froze and didn't want to do it, or were you just like always like fuck it, I gotta do it?
No. I've never froze. Like I said, like once you get out there and the crowd, there like adrenaline is pumping and like the crowd's chanting your name or whatever, and everybody's got their cell phones out, like you finna, you about to become IG famous or TikTok famous or whatever the fuck. It's like you gotta live up to the moment. So no, to answer your question, I've never frozen up.
What's the craziest stunt that you've done?
Oh shit. My neck hurts just thinking about it. So I was in a ladder match actually, and
Yes.
then we kind of brawled all around the building and stuff. And dude, he jumped off of a balcony. So he jumped off the balcony, like, let's say maybe like 15, 20 feet in the air. And like, it was a whole bunch of us. And like, he was like diving on top of us to like, like we were all supposed to break his fall.
Uh-huh.
When I say everybody else wasn't close enough, this motherfucker like landed on, like his leg came down and crashed down like on my neck. So yeah, yeah, that's probably like, it wasn't actually me doing the stunt, but a guy coming down on me. Yeah.
So obviously you still had to go through and finish the match. After the match, like what did you do? Like did you immediately just
I was
like
pissed. I was pissed. I was fucking hot. I mean, I won the match, so I was happy about that. But when I was, I can't remember what I said, but I know it was probably a few curse words that had been said.
Are you guys close backstage?
Are we guys what now? I'm sorry.
Are you guys close backstage? I mean, you travel so much together, you go through so much shit together. Like there has to be some camaraderie, some bond that you guys form, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like locally, a lot of guys train together. Like we were all trained at the same school, the Academy School of Professional Wrestling under like Ken, Molly Holly, just to name a few people. Yeah, most of us are. We like I said, we cut our teeth in the business together. So yeah, we have a tight relationship for the most part.
So when you decided that you wanted to be a professional wrestler, what were you doing before that?
So I was in high school, and like I kind of went through the whole phase of like, seeing friends go to college and applying for colleges and whatnot. And it's just like, okay, well, I'm like, damn, Justin, you probably need to follow suit and do the same thing and like get a real job. You know what I mean? But that never happened for me because I wasn't able to apply for schools. So I had to get a job straight out of high school, and I worked at Target, and then I bounced around job from job. And I thought I was going to be I thought I was going to go into sports journalism.
Okay.
I was kidding myself that I was passionate about it, but I knew I wouldn't be happy in life if I didn't go after pro wrestling. So
Right.
I decided, and like I said, I bounced job from job for job until I was able to save up enough money to move here to Minnesota and go to wrestling school.
So is Minnesota like where the wrestling schools are at, or like what made you move to Minnesota?
So just like academically, you don't want to go to any old school, you know what I mean? You want to go somewhere where it's legit. You want to be taught by the best.
Absolutely.
You're, fortunate enough to do so. So my original plan was to go down to Atlanta, to a school called WWA4. It was, and then things switched up a little bit, and I was supposed to go down to New Orleans, and then things switched up again because I was at one of my jobs, and I was on the road back from like Kansas back to Chicago, and that's like an 8-hour drive or whatever. And I came across a podcast with my trainers, Ken Anderson and Sean Devari, who both had made it and done it in WWE. And I'm just like, all right, Justin, like, what would you rather do? Go down to New Orleans to a guy, and this is not a knock against him at all, because there are very people in the business that have not made it to WWE. That's a huge misconception. Like, there are great wrestlers that have never made it to WWE. So I want to start by saying that. But me being kind of ignorant to the whole like independent scene, which is what I am, an independent pro wrestler. I said, like, I want to go somewhere where I could be taught by guys that have done it. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, leave Chicago and go somewhere where it's cold. Minnesota, I'm like, damn, well, now you got to bite that bullet, dog. You got to do what you got to do. So
Yeah, you got to follow your dream.
Facts.
Wow. So what did your family, when you finally told them, hey, you know what? I'm, oh, and by the way, the questions are already like fucking flying in for you. One of our viewers, Dawn Fuller, she says 2 questions.
Okay.
1, are you single? And if so, hook a sister up. So
she got me blushing. Yeah, I'm single. Yeah.
Okay. So how would it be like dating like a professional wrestler? Like I can imagine like that's pretty hard because you're always on the road, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. So you got to be pretty damn supportive. Put it like that. That's the thing. Like when I go on dates and I start dating, I start dating. What the fuck am I saying? So when I'm out on a date and I drop that on them, like, oh,
what do they say? Like, what do the girls say when you're like, oh, by the way, I'm a professional wrestler? Do they like?
See, that's the thing. That tells me a lot right away. Like, it's like, okay, depending on their reaction, it tells me pretty much everything I need to know right there. It lets me know whether or not we're gonna work out. Mm-hmm. If it's just a hookup type of thing, or it's gonna be like something can really be built upon this. Like, if they're very inquisitive, like, oh my god, like, how does that work? Like, da 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 da. Like, how did you get into that? Like, yeah, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, all right, she's checking off a few boxes. Because that's what I do. You know what I mean? I wake up every morning and I think about like, okay, how am I gonna get better at my craft? You feel me? Absolutely. So like, it consumes my thoughts. It consumes me as far as like what I eat, what I do. So like, it's not who I am, but like,
you're a true artist. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. What did your family think when you told them?
So the first person that comes to mind, because I was living with my grandmother at the time, and I decided to actually go for it. and God rest her soul, I love her to death. But she was like, Justin, do you really think you good enough for that? And so, yeah. I think Granny Ma thought that at the time, I thought she thought that I was talking about like amateur wrestling. So like what you do in high school. So
right, with like the helmets and like the tights and the
yeah. So like her not being up on game, I don't think she actually knew what I quite meant by it. Like going pro, I think she thought that I meant like going from like amateur wrestling to like being a pro amateur wrestler, if that makes sense to the Yeah. So I remember that. My mama, she was very supportive. Like my homies, my friends, they were all supportive because they knew that's who I was. You know what I mean? That's what drove me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I lost my father when I was 7, so my my mom, she was supportive. My other grandmother, she was supportive. My one grandma, that'll always stick with me. Like her saying, "Justin, do you think you're good enough?"
So, what's next for like JDX? Like, first of all, for people that aren't wrestling fans that are now obviously going to get in because they're going to be obsessed with you after this interview, are you a heel or are you a face? And by the way, a heel is the bad guy, guys, and the face is like the one that everyone loves, that like they cheer when he comes out. Like, who are you? Who is JDX?
So I'm a baby face. I'm a face. I started off as a heel, but I'm a face. I'm much more comfortable, but
can you give us your heel speech? Like, can you give us like your when you came out? Come on, give us a little bit of JDX. Let's see the JDX heel.
All right, JDX heel.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I ain't done that. All right, well, all right. Like I said, JDX as a heel is the exact opposite of JDX as a babyface, because I don't kiss babies and I don't hug fat girls. To be with JDX, baby, you got to be more than a 10. Shit, you got to be a 12. Hell, a 12 ain't enough. You got to be something like a 20-twin twin. Speaking of 20, it's 2021. And in 2021, I, the real McCoy, Justin D. Xavier. And the D stands for dominate. Because in 2021 and beyond, I am going to dominate. Corny part, but that's what came off the door.
Hey, hold on. I'm gonna buy your shirt real quick. Yep, I got it. Hold on, guys. By the way, he does have merchandise. I gotta plug you. So make sure to follow him. I have my official JDX shirt, the real McCoy. You know I wear a medium, so you know it looks good on me, guys. It comes in all larges and extra large.
A lot better now, I promise.
What?
No, I'm telling the audience that my shirt quality is a lot better.
Well, you know, I've been there since day one.
That's
So,
the OG, like that's the OG for real. Like,
you know, once you're like in the Hall of Fame and everything, I'm gonna sell it for a couple thousand, you know?
I think I could be doing that low key because I sold some trunks about a month ago, I think it was, like for like $200. And I just wonder, like, what do people actually do with it? Like my trunks. I'm just curious. I mean, I've sold quite a few. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, trunks are like Speedos, like what guys wear, like think like The Rock.
Well, who buys it? Do guys or girls buy them?
Guys. I've never sold them to girls.
Yeah. Well, they're probably like smelling it and like masturbating to it.
Nah, facts. I had a guy actually ask me, he said, "Yo, would you sell me your under what did he call it? He said your under trunks or some shit." I'm like, "What do you mean my under trunks?" I'm like, "My trunks or my underwear?" He's like, "Yeah, man, your underwear, the stuff you wear under your trunks." And I'm just like,
what do you wear under your trunks?
$500. I'm sorry?
You wear something under your trunks?
No, I don't. Well, no, actually I do. It's like what the fuck do we call it? Well, my ex-girl, she used to call it like man panties. So like it's like a man thong, I guess. I don't know, just to like keep it.
So why did you guys break up?
Well, she moved out here. You trying to get all the tea, dog?
The fans want to know. I gotta give them what they want.
I'm dead. No, I got it though. I don't mind getting a little personal.
Hey, it's Margaritas with Marcus. If you drank a margarita, you would have got real personal right now, but you're on H2O.
Yeah, facts. So she moved out here. Like, I was living out here for 6 months, and I basically gave her an ultimatum. I'm like, I'm not gonna keep doing the long distance thing. Make a long story short, she moved out here. She lived out here for a year, and she decided to go back to school to get her master's back in Chicago. So I support that. Like if it was me, I would have done the same thing. You know what I mean? Like I left in the first place. I left her to come do what I want to do in my life. You know what I mean? To do what I want to do in my career. So, you know. Yeah.
So what's next for JDX? I know COVID right now, there's not like a lot of shit going on, but like What's next? What's on your chart? What's on your game plan? Tell us what we can expect.
Honestly, right now I'm just trying to perfect my craft, like get better at it. You know what I mean? Like even though I'm not wrestling every single weekend on like I would in a normal, like I guess in a normal world where COVID doesn't exist. I wrestle every weekend, but right now like it's slow. I'm like wrestling every other weekend, every other month, on and off. But to answer your question, um, I'm just trying to, like I said, perfect my craft and get signed, like become a contracted wrestler, like whether it's WWE or hell Impact Wrestling. I got a mentor right now. A guy training me by the name of Greg Gagnon. I'm sure like that won't mean much to many people out there listening, especially if you're not familiar with wrestling. But his father trained Ric Flair. If you know anything about
Oh,
Ric Flair,
wow.
he's
Legend.
yeah, absolutely. So I've been training with him, like doing some fine tuning and stuff. And he's got some connections. He's trying to, he's doing his due diligence to call people and try to give me a tryout with whether it's with WWE or AEW or Impact or Ring of Honor.
I feel like once you get that tryout, you're gonna fucking get it. Period. I mean,
Yeah,
if anyone's like, dude, like, I mean, and you guys make sure I'm not even fucking bullshitting with you. Make sure you go to this kid's YouTube. When I'm telling you, this motherfucker be flying in the sky for no damn reason. He's just like fighting somebody, and all of a sudden he just like jumps over the ropes, and you're like, what the fuck? You gotta check him out, guys. You got to.
I ain't got my latest, greatest footage on it. I don't know. I never tell people to go to my YouTube for whatever reason.
So where should we go? Where should we go to see all your stuff? All your stuff is down there.
Go to IG. Go to IG.
All right, so you heard him. His IG is official.jdx. So make sure to check him out on his Instagram. Justin, thank you so much for being on the show, man. I told you we'd have a ball today. You were awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
So you guys remember, he's got new shirts up. I got one of the originals. Make sure to go out and buy them, support the merchandise, and stay tuned. I know you're going to be doing big things, Justin, and I appreciate you, man. Thanks for being on the show.
Oh, man.
Hey, make sure to follow him, guys. I'll see you soon, Justin.
All right, see you soon, bro.
Later, man. Hey, make sure to follow Mr. JDX. He's a face now, so you got to cheer for him. Great interview. Great guy. Awesome energy. So, guys, you know what? There is so much shit going on. We got to do some hot topics. Like, we got to discuss what the fuck's going on. And who better to discuss hot topics with the friend of the show, the one, the only, Deneen, baby. How you doing, love?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, baby. Happy New Year. How you doing?
Happy New Year. Good. I done ran out of the drinky drink, so I'm a little sober right now. But
it's okay. I'm going to still toast to you. I love you, baby. Cheers.
Drink it up. Drink it up.
So, Deneen, what'd you think of JDX? All right. So,
I didn't say nothing.
You know what? You don't need to, because you know what? It's Thursday night. Go ahead, what?
I caught the end because I had to take a quick bathroom break, so that's why I didn't.
Oh, you got diarrhea?
Yeah, it wasn't no shade or anything.
Oh, you weren't okay. All right.
Yeah, I wasn't here. I just caught the end of it when he said his girlfriend said he was wearing man panties. That's where I got picked up from. So I was like, okay.
Well, you know what, Deneen? What the fuck is going on in Calabasas, California? So word is that Kim and Kanye West are getting divorced. But to make it even crazier, there's a little added twist to this story.
Yeah.
Apparently, makeup guru Jeffree Star is the one that Kanye's been cheating on Kim with? What the fuck's going on? Let's talk about it. What do you think?
Okay, let me see. Okay, I don't quite believe it, but to me, it's not unbelievable either, if that makes any type of sense. First off, the divorce, I'm not shocked that they are getting a divorce because from my point of view, they were kind of doomed from the beginning. And I just feel like Kanye has this certain, I mean, I don't know him personally, but obviously from what I've seen, he has this personality where I just can't see him being beneficial in a husband way or even a boyfriend way to anybody.
Why would you say that though? Like, give me a reason.
I think he has a very, I mean, we all can be a little narcissist, but I think he has a very unhealthy narcissistic thing going on. They claim he's dealing with mental health. I don't know anything about that, but it just seems like he's so full of himself that it's in a way where it's just not healthy for anyone else that's probably comes into his circle. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but I just,
let me play devil's advocate. Wouldn't you think that Kim Kardashian is just as narcissistic and therefore that's why they made the perfect couple? I mean, who else could match that narcissism but Kim Kardashian?
But that's the thing. They canceled each other out. You gotta.
Now, do you think it was arranged, or do you think they genuinely were in love?
I think they were in the beginning. Even though I still felt it wasn't going to be like a longevity thing going on, but I felt in the beginning that they were. And then, like you said, she's narcissistic too. So I think sometimes too much of being alike can cancel you out, you know? And I just think two narcissistic people, that wasn't going to last for 20, 30 years. Someone's going to cancel somebody out somewhere, you know?
So let's make it, let's pull some Las Vegas shit around here. When do you think the divorce is going to be finalized? I say March. What month do you think it's going to be finalized?
I think around March or April, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But with the Jeffree Star thing, I don't know, because wasn't Amber Rose trying to call Kanye West out a little while ago?
She said that he likes getting his booty eaten, but I mean, who doesn't?
I mean, that could be anybody.
That
That's
could be
not
anybody.
really.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She was making other hints towards his sexuality at the time. But I like most people feel like, oh, they don't think. I wouldn't be shocked if Kanye was bisexual, to be honest with you, because
I wouldn't either, actually.
yeah, like I wouldn't be shocked if he was. Like, if he was, who cares? But it's just Jeffree Star to me who it is. It don't even matter. Jeffree Star is a whole nother.
Well, you know what? We're gonna have to stay tuned and see what the fuck happens with those people.
Right.
So Dr. Dre is still in intensive care.
Oh my goodness, I know.
Oh my God.
But they said he's like talking and everything now, so he's.
Yeah, but can we really believe what the press says? I mean, 1 minute they say that someone's feeling amazing, and then 2 seconds later, like, there's a death tweet about like how.
Right, that's true.
You know what I mean? So, and you know what? I read a little rumor that it was a setup from his wife, like an inside job. Because did you notice that once he was in the hospital, the house was broken into immediately?
I just heard that probably like 2 hours ago. Yeah, that's kind of creepy. Something's not right there.
So let's ask the audience below, do you guys think that it was a setup? Let's jump to our comments and let's see what the kids are saying. Okay, so JDX is still a little popular online. They're still asking if he's single and ready to mingle.
Oh, okay. He's not a bad looking guy, so I can see why they're asking that.
What?
I said he's not a bad looking guy, so I can see why they're asking.
Yeah, you
guys,
know.
go for it.
So you guys, the guy said that he was, oh wow. Someone said, is YouTube still a thing? Fuck you. So I'm just half kidding. So you guys, again, if you want to know if he's single, if you want to go, you know, chat with him, jump into his DM. It's 2021. I mean, we could die any day now. With everything that's going on, go out and live your life.
Right, live.
So, what are you watching on Netflix right now? What would you say is the hottest show that you've seen on Netflix so far in the new year?
What is the hottest show I've seen on Netflix? I don't know. To me, the only thing I really like on Netflix is Stranger Things. That's like the only show I'm like into on there. But there is a show, I forgot what network, American Gods. That's a good show.
Did you hear that the Michael Jackson hologram is going to be going on tour after COVID?
I wish they leave that thing the hell alone. I could go on a whole hour rant on that damn hologram. See, now you done sparked something in me. I can't do it. I say leave people that are deceased alone. Like, let's just reminisce through the music and the visuals, but the holograms on tour, like, I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it.
I agree. So there's one hot topic that I definitely wanted to go through today. Did you hear about the cartoon that had the huge penis up in Europe that it was an actual cartoon. And if you guys are commenting right now, oh, hold on. Someone is saying, ooh, I mean, you know, I love you guys and I love the comments. I'm just reading some of the comments. So someone actually said that, yes, it was going back to what actually happened. They're saying that it was a setup, that Dr. Dre was poisoned. Do we think that Dr. Dre was poisoned? I mean, you know what? At this day and age, I think that anything's possible. So
right.
I don't. Someone said that we're living through American Horror Story MAGA, Make America Great Again, which luckily, you know, we don't talk politics here. But what we will say is we're blessed and we're thankful for Atlanta.
Right.
And you guys, y'all came through. So everybody in Atlanta that's watching, we love you.
Love you, Atlanta.
So before we cut with you, D, tell me, what's your plans for the weekend? What are you up to?
Let me see. Torture my boyfriend for the weekend. Nothing, because the COVID like ruins your weekend, you know. I'm ready to like travel and go do things. It's like nothing really to do. You can't go to your local bar or anything like that, you know. So I don't know.
Well, if you go to a bar, make sure to go to Ray's bar because.
Wait, is Ray really open though? Because I might have to head down.
Yeah, so make sure that you guys talk and coordinate because y'all live right by each other.
Okay. Oh, and another thing, Marcus, where's my shirt? I've been waiting 1, 2, 3, 4 months. Where's my shirt at, Marcus?
You know, we definitely could have talked about this off air, but so here we go. For everybody that's waiting for their Margaritas with Marcus shirt, I thank you, and I'm so happy that you're waiting for your shirt. The reason that they haven't been sent out yet is because I need all of you to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because once I have 100 viewers on 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel, I can make the official URL, which means that's what I want to put on the back of the shirt. You know what I mean? So we're almost there, but I appreciate you calling me out in front of everybody. So
I'm
I love
sorry.
You. Hey, if I can dish it, I gotta take it.
YouTube link. I did not know that you had a YouTube channel.
Well, you know what?
I didn't know that.
And that's my fault. I'm gonna make sure that I send it to you.
Okay.
That's embarrassing. You could have told me that off air too. Well, Deneen, as you know, she's gonna be back next week for more hot topics. Deneen, we love you so much.
Love you guys.
And you guys, by the way, if you don't know, Deneen has one of the hottest Michael Jackson YouTubes and Instagrams. So Deneen, go ahead and comment below so we can follow you and make sure that we follow, because you have your shows and your episodes as well, and we want to support you as well.
Okay, thank you guys. Everybody have a blessed day and see you guys next time.
And Deneen, those braids, killing it. Looking good. Looking good, baby. I love you, Deneen. Bye, baby.
All right, love you too. Good night.
Good night, babe. All right, guys. Even though we didn't have a versus battle tonight, we still had an awesome night. JDX, wrestler extraordinaire, thank you so much for being on the show tonight. Deneen with Hot Topics. That was a good-ass fucking time. You know what? Grab your drink, because we got to have one more toast on this Thursday night. And you guys, it's 2021, and as I always tell you, as long as you can look in the mirror and you're happy with what you see, that's all that matters. I'll see you next week, and stay blessed. Love you guys.